It's your girl Maya B, welcoming you into the life of me. What's up, my busy bees? Let's get straight into it. Welcome back, guys. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Welcome to the bees, the busy bees. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning into the content. I really appreciate you joining. Welcome. We're so happy to have you. I also want to thank my new subscribers. Thank you all so much. I've gained literally over like 500 plus subscribers on YouTube through networking on different social media platforms, and I just want to say thank you so much for your support. And yeah, so I just wanted to shout y'all out. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm almost at like 800 subscribers, so I'll do something special for 1,000 followers. And until we get to that point, let's just continue to watch the videos and continue to support. And I thank y'all so much for that. So today's video is going to be a Q&A, an updated Q&A, because I think the last Q&A that I did was like back in 2021, right after my mom passed. So we're gonna do an updated Q&A, and yeah, let's get into it. So I have the questions here on my phone, so we're just gonna get straight into the questions. Other than content, what is your dream? So I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this is one of the hardest questions for me to answer. Honestly speaking, this is gonna be one of the hardest questions for me to answer, only because I really don't know. I don't know what God has in store for me. He has not revealed to me yet what I'm supposed to be doing. Just kind of wanted to step out on faith and continue with my content. Some of you may know, and I've said this in a couple of my other videos, but I've been doing YouTube since I was back in high school. I want to say back maybe 2018, 2019, but I just was never consistent with my content because, you know, life got in the way. I didn't have the funds to continue to do my content. I didn't have storage. I didn't have a phone. Like, it was just so much going on back then in that time. But now I just feel like I have a more clearer understanding, a more clearer mind to go ahead and push forth my content. So yeah, my dream is to, other than content, what is your dream? My dream is to actually travel. I want to travel the world. I want to see new things. I want to do new things. I want to experience things that I've never experienced before, try new foods that I've never tried before. And I just want to travel. Like, I've traveled my whole life as a child. I've moved here and there, back to here, back to there. So traveling is just something that I like to do because I've done it my whole life. Family back in Mississippi. I have family back in New Orleans. I have family back in North Carolina. So I've traveled throughout different states, travel like throughout the country. Like, I want to go see some stuff. Like, baby, I still want to go to Dubai because Dubai is my place that I really want to visit. And I will end up going to Dubai, and I'm speaking it into existence, and I'm manifesting right now. And I know that God has a lot in store for me, and I know that one of the things that he has in store for me is to be able to travel, is to be able to venture out and go to Dubai, and because I deserve it. Like, and if I didn't have the vision for it, then it wouldn't be possible. Like, God doesn't give you a vision just because. He gives you a vision because that's within your future. You're supposed to do whatever it is that's in your vision. So gives you a vision, that's because it's supposed to happen. Whatever that is, it's supposed to happen. So continue to have faith, continue to pray about it, continue to just step out. As long as you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you're gonna be good. So whatever you feel like in life you're supposed to be doing or you want to be doing, speak it to existence, manifest, and it'll happen. So I know it's gonna happen because I've been talking about Dubai for a long time, long time. Okay, the next question is, what's your favorite destination? Okay, so I've traveled a couple of times. Like I said, because I've moved everywhere. I've lived in New Orleans, in Mississippi. I've lived in North Carolina. I've lived all over Dallas, DFW. But I have also traveled a couple of places here and there. I would have to say my favorite place that I visited was, I would have to say Destin, Florida, for when we had our family trips from spring break until, you know, my mom passed away. And then another one that I would have to say is Miami. So I did end up going to Miami, Florida for my cousin's birthday one year. And just the experience, like just being in a whole totally different environment, like just, it was just like a surreal moment. Like, wow, I'm really here in Miami. I don't have no parents with me. Like, I don't have my older sister with me. It's just us out here. We just out here thugging. Like, we were just out there in Miami, like just out there. And I feel like that was one of the favorite places that I've traveled to, or my destination was. So yeah. Also, I'm chilling on the couch and I'm also on my heating pad and I'm covered up with my blanket because I'm over here cramping. I just got to eat me a couple of slices of pizza just to make me feel a little better. So, and then we got a little snack right here too. So the next question is, how old are you? I am 23 years old, period. My birthday is September the 7th, 2001. I'll be 24 this year. And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, 24, I know 25 is a big number, but 24, that's getting a little too real for me. Like, it's just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, like, wow, I'm about to be 24 years old. Like, yeah, I'm almost halfway to 30. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? Time just flies by so fast. Like, when I graduated high school, baby, that was my prime. Like, even though I graduated during COVID, we barely even got a graduation, but I was thankful to God that we ended up having a proper graduation. But back then, baby, that was my prime. I was in my prime. Like, that was my time to shine, and I did shine. Like, 18, 19, baby, I was doing my thing. And then life kind of just, like, hit me real quick because my mom, her health was just declining really fast, and I didn't want to really believe that her health was declining that fast, but it really was. And so life really just changed very drastically, very traumatic, very fast. So I had to kind of like slow down, and I had to again grow up faster than what I had to. So yeah, but I thank God for it now. Every loss is not a loss, you know? So yeah, that's what I had to end up taking from that. But I'm sorry, that's going off into something else. Okay, the next question is, where are you from? So I laugh at this question because I was born in Natchez, Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi, but because I was raised in New Orleans, I claim New Orleans. I was raised in New Orleans from when my mama left the hospital. We left the hospital in Natchez, Mississippi, and we went back to New Orleans, and that's where I was raised until Hurricane Katrina back in 2005. So I was about maybe 3 going on 4. Yeah, because it was August of 2005. I claim the city still to this day, but I might as well be from Texas because I've been here since 2005. So I sound like Texans, I eat like Texans, I do things like Texans, I drive like Texans. So I might as well be from Texas, baby. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. I'm from all of the above at this point. So yeah, to answer y'all's question, I'm from here and there. Next question is, What do you want your channel to be about? Okay, so this is a 2-answer question. Okay, hold on. All right. So this question right here is a 2-answer question. Excuse me. The first question is, what do you want your channel to be about? And then the second question is, what is the whole purpose of you creating content? So to answer the first question, what do you want your channel to be about? What I want my channel to be about is basically just about myself, like just about my everyday life, things that I do, things that pop up in my head, like, oh, I can just do this video real quick. Like whatever God guides me to is what I'm gonna do, and is what I'm gonna put out. You know, I'm the kind of person that I would say go with the flow, but not necessarily go with the flow. I would say just my life for documenting purposes. The second half of the question is, what is the whole purpose of you creating content? So I think both of those questions go hand in hand together. But to answer both of the questions, me creating content is to strengthen my inner confidence. And with doing that, I really truly feel like me just like creating my videos and just me showing my personality and just me talking about the things that are in my mind or the things that I feel or whatever in that moment, I just feel like I can just be me. You know what I'm saying? In the world that we're in is so worldly, and we feel obligated to be like this person or be like the next person, or oh, I have to have this, or oh, I have to have everything figured out. But with me making my own content, I'm just basically diving in and, you know, learning who I am, and also for documentation purposes. Like I want to be able to come back and look back into my videos and like, oh wow, like I've had so much growth, or oh wow, like I was so cringy right there, like just whatever, like whatever kind of progress, like even from the way that I speak, even from the way that I dress, even from the way that I look, like just whatever. And you know, my thoughts and my goals, just to look back and just like, wow, like I'm so proud of myself. Like I really was going through XYZ, and now I'm at a place where, you know, XYZ. And so yeah, hopefully that answered the question. The next question is, what is your opinion on marriage? My opinion on marriage right now, specifically in the time frame of my life, I would say I'm not really interested in marriage right now, but eventually later on in my life, I do want to get married. Marriage, I feel like, is a beautiful thing. It's just when excuse the loudness in the back. I'm so sorry, and hopefully y'all can hear me throughout this video. I feel like marriage is such a beautiful thing. I feel like marriage is when two people come together and they really love each other, and they have the foundation of God, and they love each other and they just want to be together and create with each other and just be able to create new memories and just grow together, individually and as a whole. And I just love that. And then marriage comes with children and building homes and just creating a life. And I feel like one day I'll get there, but I feel like back in my last video, back in my last Q&A that I did back in like 2021, I think I said the same thing about marriage. I think my mind still resonates with the 2021 version of me, because I'm just not ready for marriage right now. I feel like I'm too young for that. Personally, I feel like I'm too young for that. I'm not ready for marriage. I'm still trying to figure out who I am, you know? Yeah, I think marriage is a beautiful thing, and I think that everybody deserves marriage if that's something that you see yourself for doing in the future. Hold on, y'all, I gotta turn this heating pad up because, baby, this ain't enough. Y'all, because why was it already on the highest setting and it wasn't enough? Ladies, y'all know whenever y'all are on y'all's visitor for the month And you, like, the first 2 days just be the worst. Yesterday was my first day, and I had plans to get up, move around, clean up, put stuff up, take stuff down, and I just did not have the energy to do it, y'all. I was just in the bed all day on my heating pad watching my shows, and I was okay with that because, yeah, like right now I'm kind of just doing the same thing. Today is my off day. Yesterday was my off day as well. I have three off days: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And I thank God for my off days. I really, really do, because I be needing a mental break, like just from everything, just from work, just from people. I'm around people all day, every day, talking to people all day, every day, in people's face. And sometimes I just need a break. And I'm glad that I was able to have my, my days to myself. But yeah, I'm on this heating pad and I'm fighting for my life right now, y'all. And these cramps is kicking me 1-2, 1-2 KOing. But it's okay, because I'm gonna get through this video as long as I have my heating pad. The next question is, during your walk with God, what has he taught you so far? So some of y'all may know, and most of y'all may not know, because y'all are newer to my channel. Well, all of y'all are really new to my channel. I am on my spiritual journey, on my spiritual walk with God right now. And what God has taught me so far is create boundaries. Stop putting yourself on the back burner for everybody, for any and everybody. You can't be where everybody needs you to be when they need you to be. So that was another thing that I've learned as well. When you're on your walk with God, there's a lot of things that you have to give up. A lot of things that will offend other people and that will make people feel a certain way. But it has nothing to do with that person. It's because you're on your walk with God, and you have to do whatever it takes to be able to become closer to him, have a better understanding of who he is. And so a lot of people really don't understand that. It's easier said than done. It's so hard to continue on your walk with God, on your journey with God, because life is nothing but trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, back to back to back. And what your walk with God is as well, it's still trial and error. And even through the times in your life where you're just feeling like you're not doing good enough, you're always having to go through XYZ back to back to back, you never get a break, you feel like you're alone, you feel like you're by yourself, you feel like nobody has your back, you feel like nobody hears you, nobody understands you. And that's really nothing but God breaking you down and trying to build you into who he's calling you to be and who he is calling you to be. And nothing more than him trying to reach out to you, trying to get you to understand, like, hey, I'm the only person that you need, So that's another thing that my walk with God has taught me as well. And you're also going to have to make people feel uncomfortable in order to get closer to God. So people pleasing, again, putting yourself on the back burner, not paying attention to yourself as much, all of that comes with your walk with God. And you have to be okay with whatever it is that he's asking you to do, or asking you to get over or let go, or whatever it is. Just trying to take everything into consideration, and I just pray every day, and I just ask God for guidance, and I just ask him to lead me and just show me the way and tell me what to do and how to do it. And so yeah, and I really feel like it's creating me into a stronger, better me. And I really love that for myself. I really, really do, because I've been lost for a long time. And I feel like with me trying to strengthen my relationship with God, I'm finding myself more and more every day. And just hearing me say this out loud, like, this ain't nobody but God that's talking through me to you guys. And hopefully something that I said right there resonated with you all. And just know that, everybody's walk is different. Everybody's walk is in different timing. And if you want to get closer to God, take that first step. Start praying. As little as that, start praying. And then it may feel foreign at first. It may feel kind of like, ugh, at first, like, who am I even speaking to for real? You're talking to God, for one. And for two, he can hear you. And for three, the power of the mouth is very powerful. The tongue of the mouth is very, very powerful. So whatever it is that you speak upon your life is what the outcome will be. So if you're speaking negativity on your life, that is what the outcome, the result of your life will be, negativity. If you speak positivity and manifest, and I will have this, and I will do this, and I will get this done, and I am, and I have this, and I, whatever, that's what you speak on your life. Positivity, manifestation, that's what you're speaking onto your life. So yeah, just talk to God, pray to him, and just make it into your daily habit. And once that becomes a part of your routine every single day, then add something else. Add a little bit of something else. And then now maybe add this, and now maybe add that. So just whatever works for you is whatever works for you. But I do know that prayer works and talking to God works. And yeah, a lot of us young people are broken. And as a society, we are broken as people. And just us young people, again, we're so lost in worldly things and evilness and wickedness, and it all just becomes normal. But y'all, that's not normal. That it was never supposed to be normal. I'm not gonna get too deep off into that. Everybody will learn who God is and who Jesus is in their own timing. But that's just a little tad of what I've been learning and what I have been going through these past couple of months, weeks. Everything that glitter, y'all, is not gold. But just continue to have your faith and continue to push forward and stay fruitful, faithful, and focused. Next question is, out of all your tattoos you have, which one is the most meaningful? So I'm not gonna lie to y'all, all of my tattoos mean something except for this big old flower on my leg. That one means nothing. Me as a senior, I think it was my last, no. This was my last semester of junior year, and I was 17 going into 18, right? So at 17, so of course my mom was never the person to be like, oh yeah, you can get tattoos and whoop. No, she literally did the most when I got my belly button pierced. Like, it took my mom so long for me to get my belly button pierced. And my first piercing actually was my nose piercing, and we ended up doing that when we went to Florida for the first time, when we went to Destin, Florida. And I remember I had a video on that, but if I could find a clip, I'll put it in. If I can't, I'm sorry, I didn't find it. But when I got my nose pierced, she was not going for it, but I begged and begged. And my mom and my sister, they finally came to an agreement. They was like, okay, cool, whatever, we'll go ahead and get her nose pierced. So boom, that was out of the way. And then when I got my belly button pierced, it took so long for my mama to be like, okay, like, you can go on and get this belly button pierced. So I ended up doing that. But tattoos, my mama was like, no, like, you're not getting no tattoo. I don't want you marking up your body. And it's so crazy because, like, just me being back in that time and just at that age, at 17, 18 years old, baby, I wasn't hearing none of that. Like, I wanted a tattoo, and I was gonna get that tattoo by any means necessary. So I went behind my mama back. I feel so bad about that. But I went behind my mama back, and I got this tattoo on my thigh. And y'all, it wasn't shaded at first. This whole big old tattoo, and this tattoo is big, y'all. This tattoo is big. It was just an outline. And it was an outline for 2 years. So at 17, so probably, yeah, because it was in 2021 and I was 19 and I was turning 20 later on in September. But yeah, it stayed empty for 2 years. And I remember all of my classmates was like, when are you gonna get your tattoo shaded in? And I'm like, I don't want my tattoo shaded in. Like, stop asking me that question. Like, y'all, I was getting really offended because at a certain point, I started looking at my tattoo and I'm like, okay, like, it's really just plain. It's just empty. Like, why do I have an outline on my thigh? Like, that don't make no sense for real. So I ended up getting it shaded in. But anyways, that's just the backstory about my first tattoo. So this was my first ever tattoo. And so my tattoo here, this one says Claudel. This is my father. He passed away as well. He passed when I was like 8 or 9. And I can't remember the numbers because I got this so long ago, but I think this says 2008 or 2009 is when my dad passed away. It was August something, I can't remember, but whatever whatever that is, y'all, I'm sorry, but yeah, he passed around that time. And yeah, so this was my second tattoo, so that's the meaning behind this. And shortly after I got the outline of my thigh tattoo, that next week I went to go get this tattoo right here. So yeah. And then third tattoo was this one right here. This one is in Arabic and it means strength is within you, so power is within you. And yes, y'all, it means what it means. My tattoo literally says what it actually means. I've come across so many Muslims, so many Arabian. I used to work in a hair store here in Dallas, the Hair Depot. I used to work there, and the people that run the store are Arabic. And they always just ask me like, hey, what does your tattoo mean? Like, oh, you have a tattoo right there, like what does it mean? And then sometimes I would run across like other people like in different areas of Dallas, and they would ask me like, what's your tattoo mean? And I tell them what it means, and I'm like, okay, like that's what that means. Like, yeah, you're good, like whatever. So yes, my tattoo says what it means. Yes, I didn't get Chinese letters and it says rice and cabbage. Like, no. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through all of my tattoos because all of my tattoos mean something. So this feather tattoo right here, and it also says Jean. So my mom's name is Barbara Jean. So I got this feather in Alabama. And I love my feathers so bad. Like, I just love it so bad. Like, she's so bad. I don't know why I chose to get it on my hand, but I just wanted a feather tattoo on my hand so bad. And I just dedicated it to my mom. And later on, I added on Jean. And it looks like lean, but it says Jean. Then on my neck, behind my back, I'm not sure if y'all be able to see this tattoo, but it's a butterfly and it says Barbara. So that's my mom's name, Barbara Jean. And I remember getting that butterfly tattoo while my mom was actually still alive. And I remember she did not want me to get that tattoo at all. She was like, Maya Beth, you do not need to get this tattoo. Like, I know that you love me, and a tattoo is not gonna signify that you love me, and blah 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 and all this other stuff. And I'm like, Mama, like, I already made up my mind. I'm gonna get this tattoo because when you do pass away, like, I want to be able to have something in honor of you. And so y'all, I remember that tattoo took a day and night, baby. Day and night. It literally took so long. I was there like early in the morning, and mind you, this is in January, so it's cold. It's cold. And baby, I was there from in the morning till later on that evening, that night. And this was in January, so mind you, about 6-7 o'clock, it's dark outside. So yeah, they was calling me throughout the day. And mind you, this is behind my neck, so I'm facing down. And I couldn't really answer the phone or nothing like that. But yeah, y'all, I was there for hours and hours. And then when I got home, my mom was like, oh, I love it. It's so beautiful. Like, she loved this tattoo. So I'm so glad that I was able to get it before she ended up passing away. Then this tattoo right here says promise. So me and my sister, we got matching tattoos. She's not my biological sister, but we grew up together from elementary, 4th grade. And made a promise that we was always gonna be friends and we was always gonna be there together. And her girls, her children, she has 2 daughters. They're actually my goddaughters. So yeah, we ended up getting these matching tattoos together, and I actually need to go get it redone because it has faded. But yeah, I love this tattoo so much. It means so much to me, and we made that promise, and baby, we still cool to this day. It's just, you know, life gets in the way kind of, and you just start to do your own thing. But I still hold her so close to my heart, and I love her with everything in me. I love her family, her mom, her siblings, her children. So I just love all of them. Am I missing anything? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are all of my tattoos. All of them have meaning to them. Hopefully I did share all of the meanings to all of my tattoos. I think I did. I think I covered everything. I want to know the tattoos that hurt the most. I would definitely say my feather tattoo. So if you're thinking about getting a hand tattoo, just be aware. If you can tolerate pain, I'd say definitely go for it. But if you're a person that cannot tolerate pain, I would definitely say do not get a hand tattoo directly on your hand. I would say start off on the side, because you can't even feel this for real. It's just on the side. It's kind of like your thigh. Like, it's just meat. It's not on a bone. My thigh tattoo, when I got it shaded, first of all, when I got the outline, it did not hurt at all. I sat through that. When I got it shaded, it did not hurt at all. But when he shaded in my inner thigh, that's when it was the most uncomfortable. And then the healing process, it was swollen so big when I first got it. Let me see if I have a picture of it. I have so many pictures. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. First of all, let me just show y'all the outline of my tattoo. Hold on. Because this is embarrassing. But I'm gonna share it with y'all. I can't even, y'all, like, it's so crazy. Before I had any piercings, any tattoos, like, I was naked, y'all. I was naked. A boom. Y'all, this is wild. So this was my outline. And baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. Like, I had a tattoo on my thigh. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. See that? I was wearing that tattoo like it was nothing. So this was my Claudel tattoo. It was really, really nice when I first got it. I loved that tattoo so bad. Like, when I first got that tattoo, I was just like, yeah, I love it. And then, baby, you still couldn't tell me nothing, because I was like, ooh, at this point, like, I'm tatted up. Like, I got tattoos from head to toe. You can't say nothing to me. Like, who did I think I was? This is crazy. When I got it shaded in, y'all, I was a totally different girly back then. Like, oh my gosh. Because y'all, I'll literally sit up here and go through my whole camera roll, and we will all go through it together. I ain't lying. But this is when I got it shaded in, and it was so cute. Like, my tattoo was so cute, y'all. It was so swollen. But baby, again, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was showing that tattoo off everywhere. Like, girl, it's cold outside and you got these shorts on. So those are my tattoos. Moving on to the next question. What is something you've learned about yourself this past year? So I feel like me learning about something about myself this past year was kind of like what I was saying earlier on in the video when I was explaining what God has taught me this year. And I feel like that kind of still goes hand in hand together. And I'm not gonna do a whole rundown about that again, but what I've learned about myself this past year is a whole lot. I've just learned to be more grateful and thankful, even though I've always been grateful and thankful. But now I'm at a place where I'm even more grateful and thankful. I've learned to have more gratitude. I've learned to just be myself. And I've learned to stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to fit in with everybody else. God didn't create me to fit in like everybody else. He made me a disruptor. He made me to be completely different from others. He created my personality, my aura, for when I go around people, they can tell a difference between me and whoever else. I'm not supposed to be like this person. I'm not supposed to be like that person. I'm supposed to be myself. I'm supposed to be who God called me to be, who he molded me to be, who he created me to be. So I'm learning that. And that's something that I really, really struggled with. But now, baby, I'm just to a point where I don't even care. It is what it is. Like, I am who I am. And if you don't like it, baby, I'm just not for you. Like, it is what it is. I'm just going to be myself. That's all I have to offer. That's all I have to offer, baby. Okay. I like this question. What are the biggest lessons you've learned from previous relationships? Me knowing what I know now, the point where I am now, me and this person never should have dated. We never should have been anything. He was an assignment and I was his assignment, because God puts people in your life for specific reasons and seasons, and because they are your assignment, not to actually create a relationship with them, but to help them in something that they need help with, to pull them out of something or to put something into somebody. Not to necessarily be romantic with that person, but I would definitely say we would definitely be way better as friends than to be in a relationship. I've learned settling for something is something you should never do. Especially when you're in a relationship with something, you should never, ever, ever settle for something that you know you're so much more than. If that person is giving you the bare minimum, let them go. If that person doesn't see how special you are, let them go. If that person doesn't prioritize you in their lives, let them go. I remember I asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And he said everything that he wanted to do within the 5-year time frame, but I wasn't in that 5-year plan. And with that being said, I kind of just like, I wasn't included in your 5-year plan, so that means you don't see me in your 5-year plan. I kind of just had to like let that go. And that whole relationship, it was just very immature. And that was another thing that I've learned as well. We were just too young. We were just too young. This is somebody else. We were better as friends. I feel like we would just have been cool, like as friends. This person had a child, and I was willing to accept that child into my life. And I don't have children at all. And I was willing to create this whole whatever that I thought that I wanted back then. And or the woman that I am becoming now is nothing near what I thought I wanted back then. Never settle for something that you know isn't worth whatever it is that you're trying to keep, or whatever it is that you're trying to make work. Let it go and let God. He has something completely better on the other side for you. Stop trying to settle. If you settle for something, if you put a period in the middle of something that God is working on when he has already placed a comma, you're setting yourself up, not the other way around. Sometimes we get in our own way We get in the way of our own blessings that God has for us because we're so stubborn, because we don't want to listen, because we're so hard-headed, because we settle onto something and keep holding on to something, but you never let go. If you never let go, you'll never find out, or you'll never really realize what was on the other end of that. And again, that's just one of those situations where it's just easier said than done. But once you go through it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. No matter what the situation is, you'll understand fully what I'm talking about. Yeah. Next question, Tamika. This question is, if you dropped everything and went on a road trip, where would you go? I really wanted to go back to the city. I really wanted to go back to New Orleans because Super Bowl is coming up, actually this coming week, this Sunday. And Mardi Gras is right around the corner. It's next month. And I really wanted to go. I was just gonna up and go. But the start of 2025 in New Orleans had a terrorist attack. And I just don't see myself going anymore because I don't have time. I really don't have time for that. And yeah, no. So that's out of the question. I do want to go back to Houston. I've been to Houston about 2 times now. I have some cousins out there actually that we did not grow up together. So it would really be nice to hang out with them and just get to know them and be able to hang out and just get to know each other. So I might end up doing that. Not might, I will end up doing that pretty soon, and I'll make a video on that as well. So stay tuned because it might be a little sooner than expected. So just stay tuned on that. But yeah. Piggyback off of that question, this is not really a road trip, but I was supposed to be going to Vegas this past November, and I still have my plane ticket as a credit. So I am thinking about still going to Vegas, and if I do not go to Vegas, I'm thinking about still taking a trip somewhere. So comment down below and comment where you think I should go for a trip. Something reasonable, because baby, we don't have them funds just like that just yet, but we will get there. In Jesus' name, we will get there. We will be able to travel, because when I opened up my video, I said that I wanted to travel. So we're gonna make it happen, but be reasonable. Okay. This question says, what are you too hard on yourself for? I think what I'm too hard on myself for is the fact of me being as young as I am and not really knowing what I really want to do with my life. But I'm so hard on myself because I know that I want more for myself. I just don't know what it is. Obviously, I want to be financially stable. I want to be able to have a nice home. I want to be able to own my own home or build my own home. I want to be able to just create this successful life, or what I think is successful in life for myself. Timing is everything, and you cannot rush anything. What you don't have control over, you just don't have control over. You just have to go with the flow. You just have to go within God's timing. And I'm just hard on myself because I know that I want so much better for myself, and I try to hurry up and do this and hurry up and do that, but I feel like my walk with God is really teaching me just to chill out, just relax. Let me handle this. Like, you doing your half, good, but let me do the other half. I'm working. I'm doing some things in your life. I'm working on some things in your life that you can't even see, but it's about to get a whole lot better. So I try not to be as hard on myself as I was before. So yeah. You gotta humble yourself, baby, before God humble you. You got to humble yourself before God humbles you. God will strip everything away from you to humble you. He will break you down. But not because he doesn't love you, but because he knows that you can do so much better. And because you couldn't do it on your own, he's showing you exactly why you needed him in the beginning. I don't know where all this deep stuff coming from, but the Holy Spirit just put it in my, yeah. So I just had to share that with y'all. All right, and I'm gonna do like one more question and then we're gonna dip up out of here. What is your favorite hobby to do alone? My favorite hobby, and y'all can call this lazy, unproductive, whatever it is that y'all want to say, but I never cared. And maybe that might be my problem. But I love to binge watch TV shows, good movies. I just like to binge watch. Like that's something that I really like to do. I really love to watch movies and watch good shows and stuff like that. But yeah, I love to do that on my time. I also praise and worship on my own time. I've learned to, create time for God, because you need to implement that in your life at some point, whether that's now, later, or whenever. But at some point, you will have to implement God in your everyday life. My time out and I worship and I read my devotionals and I try to listen to my gospel music. And y'all, I started listening to jazz. I started listening to jazz music, and it's so like relaxing. It's so releasing. It's so comfortable. It's very comforting. And I just love jazz music. Like, yes, I'm a jazz girl now. Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, some of the music that I used to listen to, I don't listen to anymore, or I'm trying to, my hardest to steer away from that kind of music. But God know that music is in my heart. Like, I love music so much. And I don't know if that's a genetic thing. My dad, he was an artist. He made music. He played the saxophone. He had a band. I feel like that's kind of like where my music interest comes in. Would I ever create music? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever God tell me to do is what I'll end up doing. That really wraps up this video, guys. Thank you so much for sitting and tuning in with me today on this Q&A. Again, I love y'all so much. Thank you all for supporting me. Thank you all for my new supporters. Thank you for my new subscribers. Y'all are not going unnoticed. I thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all so much. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to my video. And if you have any comments, suggestions, questions, put them down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for staying tuned in again to my video. Thank you so much for staying all the way until the end. I really appreciate y'all. God knows in my heart that I love y'all so much. Thank you so much. Until the next video, I love y'all, and bye.